Asus sir will be joining in short while, so please be patient. And I again, through this platform as well, reiterate that no one will be allowed after 5 minutes. So this has been done because majority of students are taking the liberty to log out and log in the scheduled time. So again, few people are logging in 5 minutes before the end of the class. So this is not acceptable at all. So that is why Asif sir has advised, and in consultation with Asif sir, I have finalized it that after 5 minutes, no one will be allowed to enter the class. So please bear with us. Asif sir will be joining within a couple of minutes. Thank you very much. जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sir. Walaikum salam.
So, shall we start the class?
Yes, sir. Students have 75 students have logged in. So I believe we can start, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Dear students, I welcome you all in the class of operations management, and a quick revision of what we have discussed up till now. We are handling about a very important area in operations management right now, which is forecasting, which is a very important role that an operation manager performs. And the role is predicting the future requirement. As you all know that when you predict the future requirement, it encompasses a lot of challenges. Here the challenges are in the form of that which method we have to adopt. Primarily speaking, the forecasting techniques are classified broadly into qualitative method and quantitative methods. And qualitative methods, as already briefed by Dr. Lame, that they are based on qualitative approaches, which are based on intuition, experiences, and number of other factors. Then what I have started to discuss with you is the quantitative approaches, in which these techniques are broadly classified into time series modeling and the associative modeling. So let me go back to my PowerPoint slide so that I will be in a better position to explain where we have to start right now. I'm sharing my screen. Is my slide visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just going back to one very important slide. Yeah, this one. So this is the approach of quantitative methods which are available in forecasting technique. And if you see, we have the first category as time series, which includes naive, moving average, exponential smoothing, and trend projection. And we have the last one with it, associative model. Now, if you can recall my first lecture, I've started my discussion with naive approach. Then gradually we move to moving averages, where we have discussed 3-point moving average, 6-point moving average, weighted moving average. Last class, we had a detailed discussion on the characteristics of exponential smoothing method with the help of numerical example. And rather not in the last class, a day before yesterday rather, right? Yesterday, we had a discussion on estimating the error, that is the forecast error, in which I have discussed with you 3 major methods or formulas for calculating error, which we call it as mean absolute deviation MAD, mean squared error MSE, and mean average percentage error, that is MAPE. So 3 fundamental calculations which are always there when you estimate the forecast error is the point of discussion. Today, the agenda is to tell you about the 4th method of time series modeling, and that is trend projection, right? This is, first of all, it is a quantitative approach. And again, it falls in the category of time series model. What does this mean? If somebody asks this question to you, what do you understand by time series modeling or time series data? The data which is classified on the basis of time period. And here, in this quantitative approach, we are using the historical data, that is the past data of the period, to predict the future. हम आगे future को predict करने के लिए पीछे वाले data को use कर रहे हैं. हम past data को use कर रहे हैं to predict the future. Trend projection is the method under discussion. Before I tell you the formula, before I tell you the technicality of this method, first of all, this is not a new method. You have learned this method several times. Not with this name. आपको इस नाम से ये method नहीं बताया गया, trend projection method. You have different names, and you have studied at different level of the classes. In fact, the introductory part of this trend analysis or trend projection is given to a student when he was in the class of 9th and 10th, and then gradually you move out, you have studied this concept. What is this concept which I'm referring to again and again? You can recall your childhood classes when a teacher told a student that in order to draw a line, how many points are required? Now, the simple answer to this question is that to draw a line, 2 points are required. So from here, the concept emerged that if you want to draw a line, you need some points. Here, the point is nothing but is the historical data. If I want to predict the future, I have to draw a line. I have to estimate a line. And in order to draw or estimate the line, I want points. That is historical data. 2 point, 3 point, 4 point, but minimum 2 points are required. Now, as you have more number of points, जितने ज़्यादा points आपके पास होंगे, the more accurate your line will be. And the more accurate your line is, the more accurate your prediction is, your forecast here. Now, what I mean to say when I'm saying a line, let us change the discussion. Line here stands for, if a straight line, mathematically, if I am asking this question to you, that a straight line in the form of mathematical expression, it appears in the form of linear equation. So line is actually represented with the help of linear equation. So primarily the focus is on how to develop a linear relationship, that is a linear equation, and this linear equation will help us to predict the future. With this concept, I would like to move ahead with the method which we call it as trend analysis. This is the slide which I'm referring to right now, trend analysis, trend projection, right? What I mean to say, I'm saying that you have to draw a line. Mathematically speaking, the line is y equal to a plus bx. Straight line y equal to a plus bx, right? By historical data, we mean to say that we have the value of x. We have the value of x. We have the value, and with the help of the value of x, we predict the future or we calculate the value of y. So you see, y here is represented as y cap. So y cap is what? Y cap is that value which we are calculating, which we are predicting. With the help of what? With the help of x. But the point is, ये value y की हम जब बता सकते हैं, we can estimate the value of y only and only when we know the right side of the equation. What is the right side of the equation? X. And along with x, we have a and b. So my point is that if you want to find out the value of y, you should calculate the value of a, you should calculate the value of b, and you should have the value of x. आपके पास x की value होनी चाहिए, with the help of which you have the value of a and b, and then you can form this y equal to a plus bx, and then once you have this equation, you can predict the value of y, you can calculate the value of y. In my quantitative paper, I have already discussed this point with you, y equal to a plus bx, where b is known as the slope of the line. Slope, here we call it as regression, the other word we call it as regression analysis or regression. Trend analysis is also known as regression analysis. You may please note it down. Trend को हम regression भी कहते हैं और इस line को हम regression line भी कहते हैं. तो इस topic को हम regression analysis भी कहते हैं. So either you call it as trend analysis, or either you call it as regression analysis, or this equation you call it as regression line. So the coefficient, that is b, is the slope of the line. Which line? Regression line. And a is the intercept. And you know, x is the variable, the independent variable we call it as, and y is the value that we want to calculate. जो हमें calculate करनी है वो y है, and we have x, we have a and b. Now, the entire discussion of trend analysis, regression analysis, or this technique revolves around the estimating the value of a and b. ये पूरा डिस्कशन इस चीज के इर्द गिर्द घूमता है कि a की वैल्यू क्या होगी और b की वैल्यू क्या होगी. Because x तो हमारे पास है, x is a data which is already available in our historical data file. We can take the value of x, no problem. But we don't have the value of a and b. We should have to estimate the value of a and b. The experts have already simplified the entire discussion because we have the formula for estimating b and a. So let us try to find it out. What is the formula for estimating the value of b, which is the coefficient, which is the slope, or which is the regression coefficient, or which is the slope of the regression line, whatever word you call it as. आप जिस नाम से भी इसे कहें, this is B, and we have to use the formula for calculating the value of. Up till here, are we all together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am moving to my next slide. This way. So here, is this slide visible? Is this formulation is visible to you? This formula
Yes,
is
sir.
visible. Okay. So the first one, what we have, y equal to a plus bx. What we are doing right now, we want to calculate the value of b and a. Mathematical formula for b is there in front of you, where b is nothing but it is the ratio of numerator and denominator. b क्या है? एक numerator है और एक denominator है. Now only thing that you have to need is that you have to remember what is numerator and what is there in denominator. The term has its own meaning. You have the value of x, you have the value of y. Where would have these values of x and y? It is already there in the question. That is, it is the historical data is already available on x and y. We have x bar and y bar. What is x bar and y bar? What is x bar? Anybody? What is x bar? Mean value of x. What is y bar? What is y bar? Y, and above to that we have bar, y bar, mean value of y. So we have x bar, the mean value of x, we have y bar, the mean value of y, and multiplied with n. What is this n? Number of observation or number of data point. So if you have 3 points, n equal to 3. If you have 10 points, n equal to 10. So we have the number of data points as n multiplied with x bar, y bar, and here we have x into y, product of x into y and summation. And let us see the denominator. In the denominator we have x square summation minus n into x bar square. This is the formula of b. Somehow you have to remember this formula. You can easily recall it once you solve 2-3 problems, and that's not a big issue, right? So we want to estimate y equal to a plus bx. We want to calculate b and a. The formula for b is already given to you. Now, without having further discussion in this, I would like to show you a numerical problem so that you will understand it better. This is the example of trend analysis, right? Where we have in one column we have the year 1 to 7, and in the second column we have the demand of electricity. The demand for the electricity is already there, and we have the year. Now the question is that we want to estimate the value of electricity, the demand for the electricity for the 8th year. What we have to do? Up from 1 to 7 we have the value. We want to estimate the value of electricity.
Sir, the slide is not changed.
Now it is here.
Yes, sir.
Is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See this slide. See this slide, that we have the 2 column which I'm referring to. I'm sorry, I'm referring to this example. Now it is there in front of your eyes. Year, 1 column, year 1 to 7. The second column we have the electricity demand. This is a problem which is faced by one of the electricity generation plant. Now what do they want? They want to estimate the future requirement for the 8th year. 1 to 7 we have the historical data. We want to predict, we want to project the electricity demand for the 8th year. This time we want to use the method which we call it as trend analysis. अब आप देख रहे हैं इस स्लाइड्स के ऊपर एक और नाम आ रहा है लीस्ट स्क्वायर. सो लीस्ट स्क्वायर और ट्रेंड एनालिसिस इज द सेम थिंग. So you may please note it down. Trend analysis is also known as least square method. So in case if in the question or in the literature you come across this word least square method, same straight line method, same trend analysis, same regression analysis. These are the words which are interchangeably used in literature, in the language of operations management or in the language of forecasting. ये word interchangeably used होते हैं सारे आपस में. So we have the column 1 to 7 year and we have the electricity demand. Now we want to use straight line method, that is y equal to a plus bx, to estimate the future requirement. You know y equal to a plus bx. We want to calculate the value of a and b. First of all, we want to calculate the value of b, that is b, the coefficient, because we have the formula for calculating the value of b. Let us go back to the formula of b. I request all of you to please note down the formula of b if you don't have. आप सब लोग नोट कर लीजिए इस फॉर्मूले को b के. b equal to summation xy minus n x bar into y bar whole divided by summation x square minus n x bar plus square. Please note it down. Right? Shall I move ahead now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, have you written down the formula?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, the formula for b, that is summation xy minus nx bar y bar into summation of x square minus x bar whole square. Please note it down, this formula, so that I can. I'm again going back to my PowerPoint slides. The numerical problem. The numerical problem is already there. This is the numerical problem that you have, right? Now, you have to calculate the value of b. Now, the calculation of b is a step-by-step procedure, and a step is according to the requirement of the formula. Now, if you're going back to the formula of b, the first requirement is that we have to take the summation of x y. If you see the numerator, the first calculation is x into y, and then take the summation. So product of x into y. So you have seen the column x into y. X is what? Year. And what is y? The electricity demand. X is year, and the demand for the electricity is taken as y. Can anybody out of you tell me why I should take year as x and electricity demand as y? Why not the other way around? क्या मैं ईयर को y ले सकता हूँ और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डिमांड को x ले सकता हूँ? What is the logic of taking year as x and electricity as y in this question? Yes?
So time is independent variable and electrical power is dependent variable. That's why.
Should depend.
Any others? Right, you are right. But in context to this problem of forecasting, by the way, I'm again going back to the problem. What is the problem? This is the problem. Year and electricity demand. What we need to calculate? Tell me the answer of this question. हमें क्या calculate करना है?
Electrical power demand of 8th year.
The demand, sir, for the 8th year.
Please note down. Calculate the forecasted value of electrical power demand for 8th year. For which year? For 8th year. So electricity demand for the 8th year we have to estimate. So now in context to this problem, always remember that whichever value we want to estimate, we always take it as y. अभी तो आप यहाँ पे देखकर मुझे ये बता रहे थे कि टाइम इज इंडिपेंडेंट एंड इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पावर इज डिपेंडेंट. ये तो डिसीजन ये था क्योंकि यहाँ पे टाइम और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पावर काफी क्लियर है. ये है क्या? देयर कुड बी अ सिचुएशन where it is difficult for you to differentiate independent and dependent. So in that case, the logic should be very much clear. जो हमें कैलकुलेट करना होता है वो हम y लेते हैं, और जिसकी मदद से, जिसकी इनपुट से हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं उसे हम x लेते हैं. यहाँ मुझे एस्टिमेट करना था इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पावर, so I would take it as y, and with the help of which with the help of the year. So I will take it as X. I will take it as with the help of X. So this is the logic that why electricity is taken as Y, because this is the value that we want to predict, and year is taken as X because this is taken as input. Now, if you go back to your formula, in the numerator we have X into Y. So we multiply X into Y and we create a column XY. And in the last part of the column, you see summation XY, which is coming out to be 3063. Please note down this value, summation XY 3063. Then in the formula again, we have the X bar and the Y bar. So ultimately, आपको X की mean value निकालनी है, which is the summation of X divided by the number of observation. Summation of Y divided by the number of observation will give you Y bar. So X bar, the mean value of X, Y bar, the mean value of Y, and which is coming out to be 4 and 98.86. So then also in the formula, we have X square. So X square, so square of X, that is 1 square, 1, 2 square, 2, and so the square of X is also there in the column. So fundamentally in the formula we have the calculation of X into Y, X square, X bar, Y bar. ये चार कैलकुलेशन हमें उस फॉर्मूले में रखने हैं. In this, the calculation of B, we have the 4 requirement, 4 inputs that is required, and that is why we have calculated the 4 columns of this form. Am I able to make you understand the point? Clear है ये बात यहाँ तक?
Yes, sir.
Steps clear है ना? Okay, so now I'm changing my slide. Now all the values that we have calculated here, we put it in the formula. Now if you put it in the formula, you would see here, I will keep it as full slide. Yeah. Now see this one. So I refer to the value of B. We put the value of summation xy and n x bar y bar, and the denominator, you are getting the value. So may I request you to don't see this value and you yourself put it in the formula and give me the value of B. Yes. May I request all of you to please put these values and give me the value of B.
So it will be 10.53.
10.53. Okay. Adil, you are here? Adil Akhtar, you are here? Adil, am I audible to you? Hayat, Nuruzia? Hayat, you are here? Hello? Okay. Jasmine? Hello?
So you are audible. You are quite audible.
I'm just checking into this.
Hello.
How many of yes, Jasmine? Am I audible?
Yes,
to you?
sir. Yes, sir.
Are you here in the lecture right from the start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have already given you the value of this x square and this. We have already calculated the numerator and the denominator of b. Now I am asking you to put the value of these in the formula and get back to me by calculating the value of this value b. Please take out your time and calculate it.
Okay, sir.
Kulsum, you are here? Kulsum? Okay. Danish, you are here? Mohammad Danish. Zia Hassan. Zia, you are here.
Yes, sir.
Zia, you are getting what I am telling you. आप समझ रहे हैं जो मैं आपसे बता रहा हूँ? So put the value.
Yes, sir.
And get the value of B. करिए. Mohammad
Yes, sir,
Abuzar.
yes,
Abuzar, you are here. Abuzar. Abuzar, you are here in the class.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Abuzar, put the value and get the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm doing that.
Okay, good. And Arshi Muin, Arshi, you are here. Arshi. Rafia Ishrat.
Yes, sir.
Rafia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Put the value and tell me what is the value of B that you are getting right now. कितनी value आ रही है B की आपकी?
Okay.
Do it. And Rafit Mahmood Chaudhary. Rafit, you are here with us? Rafit Mahmood Chaudhary.
Yes, sir.
Rafit,
Yes, sir.
everything is fine?
Sir, I mean outside, sir. I'm trying. Okay.
Yeah, I know you are outside. Where you are? You are not at your workstation. You are not at workplace.
Sir.
Traveling.
Sir, no, sir. I'm going home.
Achha, you are going home. Okay, no problem. Take your time. No problem. Wakhas, you are here. Wakhas Ahmed Beg, you are here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Wakhas, what is your value of B? I think NF time is already given to you.
Sir,
What is
sir,
the
I already told you, sir. So my value comes to 10.5328.
Acha. You told me the value. Okay, fine. Okay, good.
Yes.
And Wakhas, this is the value of B that we are getting. So what do you say about A?
Yes.
How do I get the value
Yes,
of
sir.
A then? अब A की वैल्यू कैसे निकले?
Then now, sir, we will, sir, y, so from the formula that is, sir, there y bar minus b to x bar. Am I audible?
You are audible, but there are some echo coming from your side, so we are not able to properly hear you, your response. But okay, I get the idea.
So the value of a will be for
Tarun Roshne. Tarun, you are here? Tarun? Syed Misam Abbas? Misam?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm doing.
Okay. So, do it. The values are already there. Just put the value and get the answer. It will not take more than 1 minute. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So what is the value of n, sir?
N.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Atif, the data is there in front of you. Tell me,
Yes.
what do you understand?
What value we will take for n? Is it 7?
No, the value of n. Let's, Atif, try to understand the concept. What is n? Number of observations. Okay?
Yes, sir. It is 7.
So it is 7. If the number of observation are 10, it is 10. Okay? जितने data points हमें दे रखे होते हैं data में, that is n. That is number of observations. Yes.
Okay, sir. And xy bar, we have to take the average of xy, summation of xy.
Which bar you are referring to? Y bar.
Yes, sir. Xy bar in the formula of B.
In the formula of B, in the formula of B,
Summation xy minus n into xy bar. So we will take the xy bar, we will divide by data point. summation of xy will divide by, we will take the mean of it.
X bar is the indication, is a notation for mean value of x. Okay. Now, if you are taking the mean value of x, you can get the answer. The mean value of x is summation of x divided by the number of observation. Similarly, y bar is a mean value of y, which is calculated by taking the summation of y divided by number of points n. Now, in the formula, you have, if you see the formula, you have the multiplication of x into y, x bar into y bar, the denominator, you have to take the product of x bar into y bar.
Okay, so it is n into xy into bar.
N
Sir,
into, you are talking about,
sir, numerator, is it summation xy minus n into xy whole bar, or the bar is only x?
no, how can you find out the x into y bar? No, this is the multiplication of x bar into y.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, this
Okay,
is the
sir, thank you.
multiplication of x value and the mean value of x and the mean value of y.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, good. You have raised some doubts, have asked some questions. That's good. Yeah. So finally,
एक्सक्यूज मी सर
yes, please.
सर डिनोमिनेटर में जो एन एक्स बार का स्क्वायर, तो पहले हम एक्स बार निकालेंगे, उसके बाद उसको स्क्वायर करेंगे.
Yeah, this is the square of the mean value. Okay. So first you take the mean value, that is x bar. So if you take this, the x bar is coming out to be 4. So what is the square of 4?
16.
What is the square of 4? 16. And multiplied with n. Multiplied with n. So if you see this, we have 4 square multiplied by 7. Good. Any other doubt according to, in the formula? Please seek clarification for this. Okay, so that's a good question. In the denominator, we have this x bar square. Okay, shall I move ahead now? मैं आगे बढ़ूं?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm waiting for the responses of some other students. I asked by name that you have to calculate the value of b. Jasmine, what is your value of b?
So value for B was 10.53 and value for A was 56.73.
Okay. So I'm coming to the value of A now. That's good. Thank you very much. That's good. I'm coming to the value of A now after getting the value of B. So everybody will agree that the value of B is coming out to be the value of B. I'm just taking it as a full screen now. The value of B is coming out to be 10.54. Okay, all of you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This slide is visible?
10.53, sir, if you put the value, sir.
It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't make any difference. It is 10.53 or 10.54. It's more or less the same value. Okay. Now the next point is how to get the value of A. अब A की value कैसे निकालना है? ये था important issue. Again, if I going back to the formula of A, the formula for A is we are getting this value of A by putting the value of x and y and b in the equation. हम A की value निकाल रहे हैं by putting the value of x, by putting the value of b and putting the value of y. So अगर आप देखें y equal to a plus bx, I put the value of y, I put the value of x and I put the value of b because b is already calculated now, 10.35 or 10.34 whatever it is. तो b की वैल्यू मेरे पास है, x और y की वैल्यू मुझे रखनी है. I will get the value of A. Now the question here is which value of x and which value of y I need to put it here to get the value of A. वो कौन सी वैल्यू मैं x की रखूं और कौन सी y की वैल्यू रखूं जिस पे रखने के बाद I will get the value of A. That's a question. So any cue from your side, although it's already there in front of your eyes? क्या करना होगा मुझे?
Yes, sir. The mean value of x and y.
Absolutely right. We have to put the mean value of x, that is x bar. We have to put the mean value of y, that is y bar. P is already estimated. Now you put it in the equation and you get the value of A.
Sir,
क्या आ रहा है?
A is equals to 56.70.
56.70. Okay. So please feel free to seek clarification. Please feel free. Once again, I'm repeating. कोई भी डाउट है, आप छोटा से छोटा डाउट आप क्लियर कर लीजिए. हम ये अज्यूम कर रहे हैं कि फर्स्ट टाइम यू आर गेटिंग दिस फॉर्मूला. सो फील फ्री टू आस्क एनी क्वेश्चन. छोटे से छोटा क्वेश्चन आप पूछिए, क्लैरिफिकेशन लीजिए, डिस्कशन करिए, अपने इनपुट दीजिए. ओके. सो नाउ इफ यू पुट इट, you will get the same, and that is what we have. So I put it here. I will come to this. I will change the slide. I will make it full screen now. So now 56.70. Now we have the value of A, 56.70, and we have the value of B, 10.54. Please note it somewhere. Now you have all the unknown, two unknown A and B, and it's already there. Now the equation will become y cap, that is y equal to 56.70 plus 10.54x. Now this is the trend line, this is the linear line, this is the regression line relating x with y. अब we have a mathematical relationship between y and x. अब जो मर्जी चाहे हम x की वैल्यू रख दें and we get the value of y. Now, as a manager, our job is that we want to estimate the requirement for 8th year. So, which value of x I need to place here to get the value of y? मुझे 8th year की निकालनी है forecast. So, which value of x I would need to put it here? What shall I put it here in place of x?
8.
8. So 8, you put it 8, and if you put it 8, will you please tell me what is the value of y cap at 8th period, 8th year? After putting x is equal to 8?
141.
Sir, 141.
All of you, please.
141 and 140.98.
141.
Okay. Good. Tushant, you are here. Tushant Sharma, value बताइए.
Yes, sir.
तुषांत बताओ.
Sir, 141.
141 आ रही है. गुड. वारिस बताओ वैल्यू क्या आ रही है.
Sir, 141.
ओके. जोया खालिद, आर यू हियर? जोया, यू आर हियर? जोया बताइए वैल्यू कितनी आ रही है.
141.
ओके, गुड. योजित, इज द कंसेप्ट क्लियर?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Clear? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Zishan, fine with the concept? Hello. Supriya.
Yes, sir.
What is the value that you are getting, Supriya?
So 141.02.
Is the concept clear? How do we calculate
Yes, sir.
B and how do we, okay. So this is the final expression. This is the final line that we are getting right now. Okay. This is all about trend analysis. This is all about regression line. And again, I will summarize that here the forecasted value is estimated by, first of all, estimating the linear relationship between x and y. Once we establish the linear relationship between x and y, then we can estimate any value of y. But in due course of estimating y and x, estimating the relationship between x and y, we have to calculate the value of a and b. Fortunately, we have the formula for b. And once we get the value of b, we put it in the equation and we get the value of a. So the only thing that you need to remember is the formula for b. जो चीज बस आपको याद रखनी है वो b का फॉर्मूला याद रखना है. अगर आप b को सही से समझ गए, b को सही से कैलकुलेट कर गए, तो फिर a निकालना आपके लिए मुश्किल नहीं होगा. You can easily calculate a and you could put it in the form. ये पूरा डिस्कशन था. But as you know that we have already discussed this point with you that every method has certain limitations right from the start. Naive method, moving average, weighted moving average, exponential smoothing and till here trend analysis or least square analysis. इसको least square भी कहते हैं. It has some limitations. तो सुप्रिया, आप मुझे ये बता सकती हैं कि इस मेथड का क्या लिमिटेशन है? आपको क्या लग रहा है इस मेथड का लिमिटेशन क्या है? Where do you think that this method is not giving the right answer or near approximate answer? Okay, क्या लिमिटेशन है इसमें? कोई मेथड, कुछ लिमिटेशन लगता है आपको इस मेथड का है?
सर नो आइडिया.
ये लिमिटेशन है शायद. हाँ? नहीं ये नहीं है, बताते हैं. चलिए, और कोई बताएगा? जो आप में से इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे देगा उसे अभी फौरन क्यूटी में 5 मार्क्स एक्स्ट्रा मिलेंगे. इंटरनल
लॉन्ग रेंज में सर प्रॉब्लम होगी?
नहीं, प्रॉब्लम ये तो मतलब
सर इसमें हमें बहुत सारे नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशंस, बहुत सारे नंबर ऑफ वैल्यूज चाहिए एंड एक्स बार और वाई बार की वैल्यू चाहिए. अगर हमारे पास सिर्फ दो इनपुट्स हैं, जैसे एक्स और वाई की सिर्फ 2 वैल्यूज हैं, तो फिर इससे अप्रॉक्सीमेट रिजल्ट आएगा, एक्यूरेट रिजल्ट नहीं आएगा.
नहीं उस्मान, बहुत ये जो आपका पहला स्टेटमेंट है, बहुत सारी वैल्यू चाहिए, ये तो जरूरी नहीं है. अभी आपने देखा एक छोटी सी प्रॉब्लम हमने 7 पॉइंट की करी, 5 पॉइंट्स भी हो सकते हैं. तो ऐसी कोई लिमिटेशन इसमें नहीं है कि वी हैव.
यस सर, बट वी हैव टू फाइंड द मीन फॉर दिस. मतलब पहले मीन फाइंड करें, फिर एक्स और वाई दोनों के, फिर उसके बाद उसको उसमें पुट करें, फिर एक्सट्रापोलेट करें, जब जाके आंसर मिलेगा. बट इफ वी हैव ओनली 2 वैल्यूज ऑफ एक्स एंड वाई, फॉर एग्जांपल कोई ऐसी सिचुएशन है कि सिर्फ पास्ट सिचुएशन में 2 हैं, तो
ठीक है. और कोई जो आप में से
सर लेंथी कैलकुलेशंस,
जो आप में से इसका आंसर बता देगा वो इस क्लास का बेस्ट स्टूडेंट हो जाएगा ऑपरेशंस में. क्या है इसका लिमिटेशन?
सर आई थिंक इट इज बेस्ड.
सर इसमें एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर को
आदिफ, क्या इसमें
एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर को इग्नोर कर दिया जाता है. मींस और जो हमारे पास डेटा है, अगर कुछ ऐसा हो जाता है कि अदर फैक्टर्स को वो उसे इग्नोर, वो उसमें नहीं होता है, कंसीडर किया जा रहा है. इसमें सिर्फ हम डेटा ले रहे हैं, तो हो सकता है उस सिचुएशन प्रेडिक्ट सही नहीं कर भी सके, सिचुएशन एक्सटर्नल सिचुएशन चेंज हो जाए.
होता है ये भी. जो बात आप कह रहे हैं, इसमें सिर्फ 2 वेरिएबल, इट्स अ बाइवेरिएट इक्वेशन एक्स एंड वाई, एंड वी आर इग्नोरिंग दैट वन. चलिए क्विकली, बिकॉज़ देन
हेलो. तो सर हेलो. तो वैसे भी गूगल का जमाना है, तो आई बिलीव दिस क्वेश्चन इज नॉट रेलेवेंट फॉर मोर देन 5 मिनट्स. कहीं ना कहीं people may be searching in Google. No issues, but the idea of getting marks through Google is not good, right?
हाँ, it's okay. I think time is already over now, है?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, okay. चलिए, तो बता नहीं पाया, लेकिन कोई भी इसका सही आंसर जो था
सर, नॉन लीनियर डाटा में प्रॉब्लम हो.
हाँ, यही इसका सबसे रेलेवेंट आंसर था. किसने दिया है? उसामा ने.
जी सर.
बस उसामा, आपको 5 मार्क्स एक्स्ट्रा मिल गए पूरे असेसमेंट में. आपने बिल्कुल सही आंसर दिया कि इसकी सबसे बड़ी लिमिटेशन ये है कि ये हम एज्यूम करके चल रहे हैं कि लीनियर रिलेशनशिप है. ये ज़रूरी नहीं है. हो सकता है जो फोरकास्टिंग फिनोमेना हम ले रहे हैं उसमें जो वेरिएबल्स में रिलेशनशिप है वो नॉन लीनियर भी हो सकता है, और ज़्यादातर केसेस में नॉन लीनियर होता है. तो इन दैट केस दिस वुड बी द मेजर लिमिटेशन दैट वी आर एज्यूमिंग लीनियर रिलेशनशिप. ओसामा, वेरी गुड आंसर. ओके, दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. ओके, थैंक यू डॉक्टर लामे. थैंक यू डॉक्टर लामे. ओके.
Sir, let me share something with the students.
Please,
I'll be sharing a Google Classroom link with you all on your WhatsApp group. You are requested to kindly join in because I'll be sharing some Excel files there. So in the next class, when you come in the next class, you may please download those Excel files. And if you have a desktop or a laptop, then it will be much more easier. Otherwise, you can perform through online mobile as well. But I will be sharing the recorded sessions with you. So in case those students who have missed the hands-on exercises, they may get the understanding how it has been done. So you are all requested to kindly join the Google Classroom code and link that I will be sharing in a while.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.